many people dream to go abroad and study or to do work, right? And you have seen that phase of life.
So when it came to earning money, I wanted to choose somebody else so that I just have a professional relationship. And I think that went the wrong direction and I chose the wrong guy.
And how is your student life there, like the education system, what you have seen here, what you have experienced there?
Because you have seen a tougher education system here, you find their education system much more easy. When I was a student, I used to feel it's a bit pressure. But again, after all that pressure, you come out as a very good student.
How did you approach when you wanted to get some job?
I landed up on two jobs which were not very suitable for me. I wasn't happy. I wasn't treated well. All these experiences have gone through, but eventually you keep trying, and then finally you will land up onto something that you like.
Hi Samya, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome.
And thank you so much. I know how busy you are and you're still taking time for us.
No, absolutely. It's my pleasure because I think this is the second time we are meeting on the show.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so grateful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. As you are aware, this is one of the long pending topic which we're supposed to do long back.
Absolutely.
Finally, today we are doing it.
Yeah.
So, most awaited topic, immigration.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's many people dream to go abroad and study or to do work, right? And you have seen that phase of life.
Yeah.
So just wanted to hear more about the same because the imagination might be different than the reality,
Absolutely. I'm also going to use this floor just to, give a bit of information to all those new aspiring immigrants. Wherever they want to go outside India. So I think I'll just use this platform for an kind of an information delivering. I just want them not to repeat the same mistakes that I did.
Yeah. That's what the objective of this.
And I'll also
episode.
tell the benefits. So yeah, sure, for sure.
Thanks a lot. Maybe let's start with your journey, where it started. Maybe you can touch upon your background.
Yeah.
And one more thing is how this thought process started, how it came into your mind, and how you decided to go abroad. So you have been there in Canada for last couple of years, So maybe you can just start with
This
the
is
background.
going to be a long explanation. I'll try cutting it short.
No problem.
Okay, so I'm an islander. I was born and brought up in Andaman Nicobar Islands. So I'm from Port Blair, the capital city. So until my 12th grade, I was in Port Blair. And the drawbacks of the islands are always beautiful. So wherever you see its scenic beauty, it doesn't disappoint you that way. But then, everywhere it's horizon. And as a young growing girl, I was always wondering what is on the other side of the horizon. Because the only thing I see is my small island. And it always kept me, amazed that I want to see the other side of the world. And that's how I came to Bangalore, I can say, because I did my higher studies. I did my bachelor's in dental surgery from Bangalore. And once my education was over, that's a time when every fresh graduate is confused and we don't know what to do. We need some guidance.
Right.
And the fun part was I went back to my college. I asked my professors, like, what can I do next? Do you suggest me to do my masters? Because I always wanted to do masters in oral surgery. So I just wanted some suggestions from the seniors who are already doing it. And then the funny comebacks were like, if you find a way out, let me know what to do, because we are also struggling to find a way since past
Got you.
23 years.
Yeah.
That was that was a dead end for me. Like, I didn't know what to do further. Like every practicing professional, like even when we are fresh graduates, especially, we always want a senior to guide us. And like everybody, when I decided to join a senior, I think that was not a very great idea that I decided to do, because when I was doing my second year, third year, final year, I did work with a doctor. I don't have the consents to mention his name, but I think he definitely deserves acknowledgement because he's a very great guy. And I started working with him. His name is Dr. Zarar. I started working with him just to understand the practicality of my subject. So second, third, and final year, I worked with him. And when I finished my final year and I started doing my internship, I also wanted to make some money out of it, because you have your expenses here.
Correct.
And I didn't want to work with Dr. Zarar just for money, because we have a very great relationship. He's a very good teacher, a very good practitioner. And I wanted to keep it that way. So when it came to earning money, I wanted to choose somebody else so that I just have a professional relationship. And I think that went the wrong direction, and I chose the wrong guy. I don't want to mention his name though, but then I think I'm just being the voice of many young professionals who freshly graduate out of college and start working with seniors. They don't get a very good experience. At least, they are not treated well. I wasn't treated well. And I worked with him for 1 year, and the only thing I learned was to make different type of chai, because most of his guests, when they come to the clinic, I was just catering to them as, a waitress. That's all. I mean, I never touched a patient for an year.
Oh.
That was not my intention, actually, because while I was doing my internship, I was pretty good as a practitioner.
Okay.
I know, because we work in colleges and we have a quota to finish. So I was doing pretty great. But then when I started working with this other gentleman, my experiences were not very great, and I didn't get to do any patient. There was one time he gave me a patient, and I was very delighted. I thought, okay, finally he starts to trust me. But that was not the trust. It was actually that patient was not going to pay him. So he just thought that that patient is not worth the money. So he just gave it to me. And that was very disgraceful for both of us, me and the patient I was taking care of. So that was kind of, I was hitting the dead end, I was not going from there to anywhere. I just had to make my new goals out of that. So I decided to study further. Maybe I thought if I qualify myself more, more opportunities might come my way. But family situations were not very favorable.
Correct.
And then I couldn't do my master's in dentistry.
Okay.
So therefore, you go around asking your friends what next, what are you planning to do next. And somebody suggested me that it would be great if you do your master's or your post-graduation from outside India.
Okay.
So maybe that would be a new opening for you. And mine was a young mind, and I was just looking for opportunities. I was looking for financial stability. I was looking for independence, and I think that's not too much to ask. So therefore I approached this education consultancy that I heard about. And yeah, things just happened from there. They guided me what to do, and they told me what documents would be required. And I just followed what they said. They helped me get an admission also in one of the nicest colleges in Canada. And yeah, that's how I set my foot.
Okay. So you went there as a student also?
Yes, yes, yes. I was on my student permit in the initial days.
Okay.
So back then, I mean, it's now immigration rules have been changing a lot, but back then, this is 7 years back. If you do 1 year of education, you would get a post graduation work permit for 1 year. If you do a 2 year course, you would get a post graduation work permit for 3 years.
Okay.
So that's how it was back then. So I took 1 year course, and I also did 1 year of PGWP, postgraduate work permit. Yeah.
Got you. So totally life situation made you to
Yeah,
go
absolutely.
abroad. Yeah, got
Yeah.
you. So initially went there as a student, and as you mentioned, you went through educational consultant.
Yes.
Right. So if somebody would like to go abroad for study, so what would be the procedure, and if they want to go through any educational consultant, so is it like easy or is difficult? How much effort they have to put, and how much like a cost they need to think of? So if you could like explain more about this one, I think it would be very helpful.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Actually, when you approach an education consultancy, the best part is they take a lot of your stress off you, because they do the most job for you, like getting an admission. And the one which I approached, they didn't even take service charges from me, but definitely they are tied up with the colleges that are abroad, so they have their um money flowing there maybe, but of course for me it was free of charge.
Yeah.
So they didn't charge me anything. Instead, they just guided me on what all documents I would be requiring to get a student permit. So the first thing they ask for is you absolutely need to have a passport.
Got you.
So which is in a valid date. So you need to have that. And I also had my graduation done, which is again a boon. So it's nice if you finish graduation, but after moving to Canada, I also see people who've just done their 12th grade and still they come there for higher studies, which is again fair enough, considering the age and everything. So yeah, so that's the second thing they ask for. And the third important mandatory document is you need to finish your language test.
Okay.
So when you go there as a student, yeah, now there are a couple of other language tests too, like CELPIP is one of the new one in the market. But back then it was only IELTS, which is worldwide accepted. And when you go there as a student, you have to finish your IELTS test.
Right.
And the college which you have applied for in, I'll just talk about Canada. The college that you have applied for in Canada, they have their benchmarks. So they, when you apply for a particular course, they do tell you how much IELTS score they are looking for. So once you crack that, so these three papers, if you have in hand, I think they take it from there. And what you need to get is an offer letter from the college that you have applied for. Considering all these papers, there's something called GIC, that is a international account that you need to open.
Okay.
And I think now the scales have gone up, but back then I paid close to $10,000.
Okay.
So
that
that
is
is, yeah, I have to pay that. I mean, I have to have that money in my GIC account.
Okay, got it.
So student account. And then I have to pay up my fees. Back then it was semester wise. I think now it's yearly or the entire course you need to cross check that. So 7 years back it was just semester wise. So I paid my college fees as well. So all this, once you get in place, I think the education consultancy is ready to submit the papers to the visa office. So that's how it goes. But then, I was naive. I was not very aware of the colleges or anything abroad, because I never was a person who traveled alone either. I was not even a solo traveler. I've never explored India altogether. So considering that, for me it was a very big step, and I was totally dependent on the educational consultancy.
Got you.
No, I just blindly believed whatever they said. I didn't do my own research. But if you go deep, if you dive deep into the topic, there are certain things that you need to have done from your side also, like
Before approaching the education.
them. Yeah, like there's something called WES, World Education System. So especially the practicing professionals, like MBBS, BDS, engineers, lawyers, I think they need to have their WES done. So it's just, getting your education equalized with the international educational standards. So that is a very important paper which I wasn't aware of, I wasn't told about. And I did only when I reached to Canada, and once I was applying for my permanent residency is when I realized that that's one of the important papers, and it was a last minute run for me. So you need to do your own research also, especially for me. Like, I was a person, I never even saw a dollar bill. So for me, I didn't know Canadian dollar, American dollar, and Australian dollar. All are different.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would suggest aspiring immigrants to also do a little research from their side as well. There's something I want to mention here is there was one of the colleges I was looking for in Niagara.
Oh.
And the education consultancy lady who I was consulting with, she just told me that, oh, it's wonderful college, you can just sit next to the Niagara Falls and study, open your window and you can see the falls. And for me, I've never been to a country outside India, or I've never explored anything outside India. So you happen to totally believe the person who you're talking to.
Right.
And I was very amazed by the fact that, oh, that's so wonderful. I can sit in my class, open my window and see Niagara Falls. But when I saw Niagara Falls in person, it's nothing like what you said. So, yeah, some misleadings here and there happen. They just want to convince you, but you cannot complain. You cannot blame them either, because they are also trained to talk in a certain way.
Yeah.
None of the consultants that you're talking to have actually seen what they're talking about, but they're just guided, or maybe they're trained to talk this particular way. So they're just trying to convince you, maybe trying to give you some support. But a homework from our side is also very important, which I didn't do. I definitely would suggest others to do.